Great.
So I got so kind of in that sports lane, if you will.
Right.
British Open.
Okay.
It actually went through their cut round.
Yep.
And so, as you know, they have X amount of players in.
Yeah.
Go through a round, certain rounds, and then if you didn't hit a certain level, there's a cut line, and everyone below the cut line can't continue on through the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So, your favorite golfer and mine, and a lot of us in this world, Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods. He's the man. Yes.
Tiger Woods did not make the cut.
Okay. Didn't make the cut.
Now,
Tiger didn't make the cut.
Tiger didn't
say
make
it
the
ain't
cut.
so, okay?
No, it's unfortunately it's so.
Right, well.
Now, here's the thing. So when we step back and look, this is not isolated. Tiger has not been a Tiger in a long time.
Oh,
I'm going to say last 7 out of the 9 majors he has majors tournaments, if you will. He hasn't finished.
Man.
He's either had to quit or he didn't make the cut. Right?
Okay.
It's at a point where it is difficult to watch.
Right.
Right. I get it. I know. I can almost feel you saying, "Well, it's a free world. People can do what they want." But I would expound on that and say, because I feel like we've had these conversations before, online, offline, about pitying our heroes. Right. I get it. We can't all be Tom Brady, leave with the championship after a magical run. Like Tom is one of one, right? Right?
Well, you got Jordan. Nah, because Jordan kind of slipped up in the
Jordan was a wizard, man. He came back.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
But it is absolutely difficult seeing Tiger this way. I guess my question, I don't even know if a question, man. I feel like I'm in mourning when I see this brother out there like that.
We're in mourning.
Yeah, man. I was just like,
Right.
it's difficult to
watch.
see.
Right.
Yeah, it's difficult to watch. You think Tiger should hang it up? Should Tiger really just hang it up, go out gracefully as much as how much grace is left, and let folks now have an opportunity to really just kind of focus on the amazing career that he's had?
Nah, I mean, listen. We all love Tiger, and he's accomplished so much in this great sport of golf, and it is hard for me to watch someone as great as he is and as great as he once was, to just bow out, right? Like, I'm a fighter, right? And I'm very stubborn. I never give up. That's a good thing and a bad thing for me sometimes. But I love to see that in others, even when they are not doing like what they need to do or not being the best version of themselves, right? In whatever sport they are. I kind of like to see them giving it that one last shot. Like, I love what Tom Brady did. And I understand that, he's not the regular athlete, right? I know he's the GOAT. He's like a god, right? But I like to see people go out and give their very best shot and see if they can get that one last championship.
But there's no bad footage of Tom. The difference with Tom is there's no bad footage.
Right.
Right? Like, he was the man in New England, leaves there, goes to Tampa Bay. It's like, what, y'all want rings too?
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
I know. But I kind of feel like Tiger could still do it. Like, maybe I'm wrong, or maybe I'm just rooting for him. I mean, I don't maybe not watch him as closely as you, But the thing is, I know he still has that greatness in him. I think we all have that greatness in us, even if we were great at one point or another in our lives, and we are not quite that same person that we were, whether you're an athlete or a businessman or whatever you're doing. I feel like if you dig really deep down within inside, you could get back up to that high point that you once were, and then go out riding out on that white horse. So I guess it's just, it's just something in me that would like to see him do that. And by the way, I don't mind him doing that in the sport of golf. We were talking earlier, before we started the show, there are some athletes that I wouldn't want to see them doing that. We were talking earlier when Larry Holmes was actually fighting the great Muhammad Ali. Now, he was obviously Muhammad Ali, which is crazy, right? Yeah. And there is no way that you could sit there and watch Larry Holmes just beat on the greatest of all time like that. Poor Larry Holmes. I mean, Muhammad Ali was his idol.
Right.
Can you imagine being in a ring with your idol, beating him? Poor Larry Holmes was calling the rest, please stop this, please stop this. So in a sport like boxing, I agree with you 100%. That just has to stop, because now you're messing with, and you know I'm all about health, right? So now you're messing with a human being's health. So in that sport, be done. I mean, another thing, one of my favorite boxers besides Muhammad Ali was Sugar Ray Leonard. When Macho Camacho was beating on my man Sugar Ray Leonard and knocked him down, I was like, oh God, stop. I don't want to see this anymore, because that was my idol. So in that sport, go. Tiger, come on, man. It's crazy. It's golf. Okay, let me ask you something. What's going to be the harm?
Well, the harm is physically, like it's not boxing. So I'm with you in there. I don't think that's even anything to debate. You're right with the boxing thing. To me, it's just still seeing him out there, not being himself. And let me also say, because he's had so many injuries, so physically there's a challenge there. So it's not just an individual in his late 40s, right? You're talking about someone who physically can't do it. Bad back, bad knees, and it just looks bad.
You don't think he can get back there?
I do not.
You don't see it.
I don't see it.
Okay.
And here's the thing, and it's okay. That's the part where there's nothing. There's no embarrassment. There's nothing to be shameful about aging out. You're in a competition sport, a sport about competition, or an activity sports related, going up against the best in the world, right? I often say there's a space between the best of the best, right? And in this case, those who won the PGA, and then the rest of us. And there's a space in between the two where you're not PGA tour level,
right?
But you're still one of the baddest mofos walking the earth,
right?
That's okay.
Yeah,
that's okay. He can go to any. Listen. He shot a 77. Okay. If I shot a 77, I would be doing cartwheels in the street.
Right, but we ain't Tiger.
Right.
Yeah, right.
That's, So I mean, I think context matters, right?
Okay.
It's still he would win at any country club damn near in the country.
Yeah, right.
Just kind of hanging out, playing with people that play on the weekends and stuff. So it's great for that, but not at that high level.
Right.
And so net, listen. Should it happen? Should he stay, continue to go into tournaments and win? God bless him. I do not see it. I don't see it happening. We've seen this story happen tons of times before. Please, for the love of Peter, Paul, and Mary, do not compare yourself to Tom Brady, right? That dude is one of one. I think at some point we're going to realize, we're going to find out like Tom sold his soul to the devil,
absolutely. Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
for riches and fame on earth or something like that.
Right.
But I hope Tiger just knocks it off, ends it all and everything, because it's difficult to watch. He's a hero of ours, and I always go back to what I said before. We should not pity our heroes, and I pity the dude when I watch him.
Well, even like when Serena bowed out. I mean, she lost the championship, but she went really far, and she was very happy with her performance, right? And she was dealing with a lot of health conditions as well. So you see the greats of the game that deal with this a lot, but I feel because he is doing so poorly right now versus like how Serena went out. I mean, she went really far. She showed that she had it, but it just comes a point where your age catches up to you, and you can't do the same in your sport and be the greatest that you once was. But I think he is so unhappy with how he's playing and his performance that he almost can't believe it himself. And I think he's continuing to go on to prove it, not to us, but he wants to go on and prove it to himself. Versus where Serena was like, she knows she did good. And she knows that she gave it everything that she had, but she still lost. So I think there's a difference when it comes to these type of athletes, when they feel like they're doing the very best that they can and they're still not winning. There's a little bit more solace in their heart, and they feel a little bit better about it. I feel bad for the guy because he just feels like he is nowhere near the top, and he's almost shocked.
Yeah.
So he's
the last thing I'll say is his position when he left, There was 153 players.
Yeah.
He was at 149. Like he was. I mean, he was. It was bad.
That's bad. That's bad.
Really bad. That is not Tiger Woods kind of. You know what I mean? So
right.
yeah. So
Gotcha.
there's that. There's that.
There's
so,
that.